Okay, I'd like to have a word about environmentalists. Now, I understand that their goals are noble, and they need to understand most people don't want to live in a garbage dump and want to be able to breathe the air they're in, and I understand those goals, that's fine. But here's one of my problems with them, is that so many of the things they want to do through government control of people. They want to force expensive technologies onto people. They want to force change by use of the federal government, instead of what I would consider a wiser method, going through the market and showing how these things are indeed valuable and etc., and showing how you can save money doing this, that, and the other, and then thusly building up a willingness of society to go there by a natural course of capitalism. One of my biggest problems with environmentalists is that so often they don't consider the impact of what they're asking for. Which is odd, considering the fact environmentalists claim that everything in nature is connected and you can't do something without affecting something else. Yet when it comes to their actions, they seem to totally forget that mantra. Here's a perfect example. Let's use solar panels. That's one of the key ones, that buzz phrase. You know, they talk about how they can help the environment. You can make solar paneling on all the roofs of the houses, and actually I wouldn't mind that. I think it's nice. I think that should be an option. And I'm glad they're exploring that. But the problem is, they don't consider the raw materials needed to make solar panels, where you're going to get the plastics, can you say petroleum products, where you're going to get the silicon, where you're going to have the manufacturers and the pollution from the manufacturing, etc., etc., etc. Then you don't consider the effects of when you force somebody to take a more expensive technology when it's not cheaper, driving people into poverty, keeping people out of homes, etc., etc. They don't care about that. It doesn't bother them. The ideas are sound, but the implications they don't understand. Now let's give you a perfect example. For years they said we should grow our own fuel, and actually I'm for that. I like the idea of being able to grow our own fuel. But here's the thing. The second they realize that food prices went up because now you're using so much of the food producing land for biofuels, they got upset and said, you can't do that. No, I can't do that anymore. Why? You know, that's what was going to happen. What did you think, that the plants would grow in thin air? You know, there has to be farmland to grow the plants. And it doesn't matter which crop you pick. There's only a certain amount of land. You know, what did you expect to happen? For people who are supposed to think of the big picture of the earth, they sure do have a narrow vision range. Let me think about the other example. Here's the one. I love this one. The electric car. They say that it's the way to go. We should have electric cars. What produces that electricity? Some kind of facility has to produce that electricity. Be it a nuclear plant, you got nuclear waste. Be it a coal plant, you got coal burning and air pollution. Be it whatever. Something has to produce the electricity for the electric car. You know? Be it a gas burning plant or whatever. Something has to produce that electricity. Then you say, well, about the hybrids. Well, hybrids, same problem. You still have to produce the electricity. The batteries don't produce it on their own. You produce it with the gas in the car. It goes on. And then you have the side effects of all this electrical car stuff. And one of them is battery acid. That's right, friends. Batteries are very corrosive to the environment. And I guarantee you, you're going to need to replace those batteries at some point in time in the future. So, not only do you have the manufacturing of these batteries, which in Canada is a major source of pollution, the nickel mines and etc. are major sources of pollution to produce these batteries, but you also have all sorts of other things that affect the environment because of the battery of the electric car. Okay, so they don't even consider all that stuff, and it's like their narrow vision doesn't attend that. Then you go, well, we're going to have everyone that should be driving in small cars. Well, really, how are you going to get large 2 tons, 10 tons worth of commercial goods from one place to another in a tiny car? How's a family of 4 going to get around anywhere? Well, then they go, you said zero population growth group gets there. Then they say everyone should bike. Well, I got news for you. Well, some of us don't live near our jobs, you know. Some of us don't want to live near our jobs. So we're all supposed to bike to work? That might be a luxury for a few. You should use mass transit. Same problem. You're trying to get a zero-end game. You're still going to have to get the people moving from one point to another. You're still going to have to produce energy to make that result. You still get pollution. Don't get me wrong, I like some of the ideas they present, but the fact of the matter is, guys, you need to start looking at the bigger pictures, which you claim to do in the first place, and think about some of the ramifications of what you're putting up. You know, instead of just simply charging ahead saying this is the way to go. Thank you very much. God bless and have a great day.